personnel? Who are the police personnel?
सर इसमें सर जो पिछली तारीख को जो अपनी पेशी नहीं करते
आप ये बताइए 41A का नोटिस कैसे इशू किया?
सर इसमें जो धारा 409 थी सर जो गैरबात थी,
अगर एंटीसिपेटरी बेल खारिज हो जाए क्या मतलब होता है उसको? क्या मतलब होता है?
तो इसमें सर गिरफ्तारी जिम्मेदार पड़ा।
फिर आपको किसी ने बताया था? किसने आपको एडवाइस दिया थे?
सर ये मैं पूर्व जो विवेचक और वो थे था उनसे पूछा मैंने।
आपने अपनी ड्यूटी प्रॉपर्ली निभाई आपको लगता है? बताइए, सुप्रीम कोर्ट से अगर आप इनकी एंटीसिपेटरी बेल खारिज हो गई इसका क्या मतलब होता है?
As far as I am concerned,
I'm not asking you anything.
yes, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, it had gone up to Supreme Court. During the Supreme Court hearing, my lord, the petitioner dismissed with leave to the petitioner. Then the accused number 2 to approach the learned sessions court for anticipatory bail afresh once I settle the bank. My lord, a few facts in this case. The land which is supposed to be the subject matter of the sale was mortgaged to the bank, HDFC Bank. My lord, the directors.
So where is that order of?
There was an extra 320 to 348. I mean, they were not given permission to approach the sessions court. Their permission of the order.
8th July order, my lord.
Settles the matter with the HDFC Bank and procures the original sale deed. It will be open to the petitioner to file fresh application for grant of anticipatory if any such application is filed. So what happened?
So, my lord, yesterday I filed it. I come for the hearing today when I learned that this petition is on board for hearing. And there are a few facts I want to place before your lordships, if your lordships permit me. Now, firstly, the land which was valued in 2000.
What is your relief? What is your relief from the petition?
Very distinction. My lord, on the last date of hearing, had directed police to form a team and send because my lords had held the custodial interpretation in this matter is required, which is upheld by the Supreme Court. This is the same matter, my lords, in which my lords have given a detailed order on their conduct.
So he has settled the matter with the HDFC Bank.
I have settled the matter with the bank. I have paid the amount. I am yet to get my property documents because it takes a week's time from the time of payment to verify with other departments if there are any other dues pending. So that I am awaiting. And pending that, I have applied for anticipatory bail. My lord, firstly, after the Supreme Court order, I was issued a 41A notice. I appeared. I submitted to them my passport. When the transaction which happened in India, I wasn't here. I was abroad. My passport shows my date of exit and date of entry, number 1. Number 2, I had resigned much before this transaction took place in 2020. And I rejoined in 2023 after the entire fraud was found. Thereafter, my lord, when notice of sale was given in the newspapers, I filed objections. I filed NCLT proceedings. I filed other proceedings to object to the sale. In spite of that, the sale went through. I gave public notice also. Apart from that, my lord, just imagine a valuable land.
No, I'm not here to
And my lords have already heard this.
reflect upon all these facts.
Yes, my lord. The only reason why I am here before your lordship is to point out facts that they have been pressing for my arrest. Just because the Supreme Court has rejected my anticipatory bail, but granted me liberty to approach the learned sessions court afresh once I settled. Once I had the financial wherewithal, I had gone to the bank and settled with the bank. But in the meanwhile, my accounts were called for, a forensic audit was committed, where, my lord, the 20 crores, which was paid by the purchaser, was used by accused number 3 to settle other dues, and miscellaneous payments were made excessively because my father, who is other director and the accused, is 90-year-old and he is not functioning. And I wasn't in the company. So he and the person who signed the sale deed on behalf of the company have misappropriated the amount. I have submitted all the record to the investigating officer. He has taken search of my residence. He recorded my statements. So question of arrest, my lord, is not mandatory, but merely because the Supreme Court rejected my anticipatory bail application. The very fact, my lord, if your lordship sees the order, if any such application is filed, the same will be considered and decided in accordance with law. Means the Supreme Court, my lord, after hearing me and the facts, has given me liberty to go back to the bank, settle with the bank, and then apply afresh for anticipatory bail, which I have done. It's pending for hearing today.
When have you filed this application?
Yesterday. Because my money came in my hands only 1 week back when I settled with the bank. It's a large amount, my lord. Apart from all this, facts may be taken that when the transaction took place, I was not a director. I was not in India. I have objected to.
Again, you are arguing on merit.
Yes, my lord, I'm sorry. I only wanted to make submissions
You have filed the application before the district court.
before the district court.
Because this order clearly says, once the matter has been dismissed by the Supreme Court and the liberty has been granted, they will have to approach the Supreme Court again.
Not necessary, my lord.
Because they have not specifically mentioned that they may approach the Sessions Court.
My lord,
There is no
if,
specific.
what does the order say in the last line? If any such application is filed, the same will be considered and decided in accordance with law. My lord, this means that I have to start afresh filing an anticipatory bail application. Yes, kindly see, my lord, one line before that. They went to file a fresh application for a grant of anticipatory bail. That fresh application is always liable to be filed before the learned sessions court, where the proceedings start. Otherwise, the learned judges would have told me to come back to the learned Supreme Court and apprise the Supreme Court in that matter itself by an interim application. I can't file a fresh application for bail in the Supreme Court. The first step for me to follow is the Sessions Court.
So what happened during all these 10 months?
During all these 10 months, I was issued 41A notice. I appeared on several occasions. I submitted all my documents.
This again issued you only 41A notice.
41A notice.
That your application for anticipatory bail was rejected.
Yes.
409 Mallots 41 cannot be issued. And police has already cancelled. Mallots have already highlighted.
But my lord, personnel, who are the police personnel?
सर इसमें सर जो पिछली तारीख को जो अपनी पेशी नहीं करते
आप ये बताइए 41A का नोटिस कैसे इशू किया?
सर इसमें जो धारा 409 थी सर जो गैर वक्त थी
अगर एंटीसिपेटरी बेल खारिज हो जाए क्या मतलब होता है उसको? क्या मतलब होता है?
तो इसमें सर गिरफ्तारी मिला था।
फिर आपको किसी ने बताया था? किसने आपको एडवाइस दिया थे?
सर ये मैं पूर्व में जो विवेचक और वो थे सर उनसे पूछा मैंने मेरी उपस्थिति के बाद हुई सर और इसके बाद सर जो केस को रीओपन करने के लिए दोबारा विवेचना करने के लिए इसको खोल लिया गया है सर इसकी परमिशन भी ले ली गई है सर और इसमें साक्ष्य संकलन की जो टीम बाहर जाना है सर उसके लिए भी हमने परमिशन के लिए भेज दिया था तो इसमें जो भी पैकेज होती है
आपने अपनी ड्यूटी प्रॉपर्ली निभाई आपको लगता है? बताइए सुप्रीम कोर्ट से अगर आप इनकी एंटीसिपेटरी बेल खारिज हो गई इसका क्या मतलब होता है?
इसमें सर जो पूर्व में थाना प्रभारी विवेचक थे उनको साहब ने तलब किया है सर डीसी साहब के द्वारा उसमें वो क्या किया गया कैसे किया गया इस संबंध में सब
So can I only submit one Supreme Court judgment, my lord?
This is highly objectionable.
No, mere discretion, mere rejection of my anticipatory bail application does not mean that I must be arrested. My lord, first of all, kindly see the order of the Supreme Court.
Then what is the purpose of 438?
What does the Supreme Court order say, my lord? Supreme Court order says they went to file fresh application for anticipatory bail once it settles with the bank. Obviously, Supreme Court did not ask me to go and surrender. So I took my family into confidence, came back on the board, and this order, my lord, this order.
It is not question.
No, this order is rejected of my SLP is of July 2024.
It is not the question of what you think about this order. It is the question what they think about this order.
No, my lord, I am not.
I'm only asking.
Yes, my lord, but I have appeared.
I am not even asking you a question.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Apart from that, my lord, merely because the first informant says that he must be arrested, does not mean that I must be arrested. He has no participation.
No,
as far as my arrest is concerned.
The police personnel are playing into your hands.
I beg your pardon, my lord.
Police personnel are playing into your hands.
How is it, my lord? How is it possible?
That's what I'm asking you.
No.
Not you, but the police person.
That your lordship may ask them for an explanation to file a report. But as far as I'm concerned.
I'm not asking you anything.
Yes, my lord.
Yes. क्या कहना है आपको?
In the last date of hearing, SHO is himself appeared along with the IU matter. My lord had directed them that एक गठन दल का गठन किया जाए और उसमें आगे पॉजिटिव एक्शन लिए जाए my lord. looking into the order of this bench only, ma'am. This may they my lord have observed that custodial interrogation is necessary. This court has observed that, my lord. उनके direct किया गया था, not through just to the office.
तो ये जो एक्शन ले रहे हैं क्या कुछ पूछ के ले रहे हैं ये अब क्या करना है बताइए.
We apprised them of the order of this honorable court, the categorical finding of this court, and the order of the Supreme Court, and the affidavit of the state in front of the Supreme Court as well. We've apprised the investigation agency.
इसने तक पूरी चालान कर दिया था उसके बाद सब भी हम विवेचना करेंगे क्या कुछ कार्रवाई करेंगे तो उसके लिए थोड़ा सा वरिष्ठ अधिकारियों की आवश्यकता रहती है परमिशन वो ले लिए सर हमने ये बताने के लिए भी टीम बन गई तो
T1 का एक नोटिस किसने इशू किया था?
सर उस समय तत्काल सर लोकेश भदौरिया लोकेश भदौरिया.
So I'm directing an inquiry again. And when your application is to be heard by the judge?
It is kept in the afternoon for hearing, my lord.
Today only.
Yes. My lord, your lordship may kindly see my conduct. On the earlier occasion, my lord, your lordship has taken a strong view as far as my conduct was concerned. I had filed for anticipatory bail before the Sessions Court, which was rejected. I came here. Simultaneously, I filed an application under 482 as advised by my lawyers. I wasn't even appearing in the courts. I had not come before the courts. My lord, your lordship was of the view that because it was adjourned on a number of occasions, the applicant, the petitioner then, was forum shopping. That is not correct, my lord. I have never taken such steps. My lord. Apart from that,
Not required to.
Yes,
not required to argue
yeah.
all this. Yes.
thereafter I went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court in July 2024. July 2024 granted me this order to go and settle with the bank. My lord, earlier what accused number 3 had done was taking advantage of my father's old age, had mortgaged his other shares and tried to get the papers out, which I had to, once I came back to India in 2023, I had to settle everything. I cleared those shares from the bank because they are much valuable. Thereafter, I have taken to make efforts to settle with the bank. That about, my lord. Kindly see the conduct of the first informant and his associates. Accused number 3. I got the company got the land valued in 2017 for 37 crores. It was sold for 20 crores. Now it has been sold to a builder for 8 crores. What does it say? That fraud has taken place not only on the company, but also on the central government and the state government by declaring the value of the property as 8 crores, which was 37 crores in 2017. Obviously, there is more that has to be investigated into this, their conduct. And my lord, at one stage, the person who has signed the sale deed had made a statement before the company in 2021 that half the property has been acquired or earmarked for a bus depot. And how was it sold when the property was still mortgaged to the bank? That itself is a fraud, my lord, on the company. Actually, I am the victim. The company is the victim.
Majority shareholder.
I may be the majority shareholder. I was 15% shareholding. My father is others. How did this gentleman accused number 3 and the person who signed on behalf of the company sell it for 20 crores when the land was valued in 2017 for 35 crores? And the person who purchases the property, the first informant, sells it to a builder for 8 crores. Land, my lord, in Indore is so precious, it should escalate from 35 crores, it should be more than 100 crores today. Instead of that, they have declared a value of 8 crores. I am ready to face any investigation, my lord. But my liberty can't be trampled with just because the first informant appears to be a little more active and colluding with my own company officers. And I submitted all my accounts to say that none of the monies of 20 crores came in my personal account or an account which was held by me. It is always controlled and used. Accused number 3, taking advantage of my father's age of 90 years. It is they who are playing the fraud. And my lord, making a false complaint, making unconceived complaint that I was present in a meeting when my report, when my passport shows that I exited in India.
I'll pass you out.
Yes, my lord.
One small. All these points were considered by this honorable court as well as the
My
Supreme
lord, no. Your lordship did not consider the merits. If your lordship sees the order, merits are not considered when my application is dismissed.
I have not even issued you the notice. So you
That's
don't
why, my lord,
have to argue anything at all.
I took your lordship's permission to only address
What
because
is your name?
Satish Maneshinde, my lord, I am from Mumbai. My first visit here was 35 years ago. I have enough association with Indore, my lord. In fact, your lordship was Justice Kemkar. He was my AOR once I came 35 years back. And I have a intern who has now blossomed to be a good lawyer in Indore, my lord.
I'll pass you out.
Please, my lord. First time I am appearing with your lordship. I am ready. I'll put this. I am ready.
The last date of hearing, last opportunity was granted to the state to file the reply motion.